Right, we have this now, so I'm not sure if it's recording the actual audio. I guess I'll set up a back up. Okay, you can call the meeting to order if you'd like.
Okay, so County of Granite Study Commission meeting is now called to order. We'll do roll call. I'm Brian Sen, Chairman. What?
Oh, yeah.
Sure, that's how we do roll call.
Okay.
Luke Ulatowski, Secretary.
Yeah, we didn't do it last time. Okay, so we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance now. Luke, if you want to lead us off.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. And there are no visitors this evening to acknowledge, which means there's no public comment. And so now we'll move on to the approval of the minutes. I actually haven't had a chance, but that's okay. Have you guys looked over the minutes? Last meeting?
We don't have those from the last meeting yet. We have those from September.
Oh, this is two. Okay. Well, okay. I move we approve the minutes. Second? Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, we're missing the October meetings or minutes.
Okay, try that.
But regarding the September minutes, again, I move we accept those. Approve them? Yeah. The reporter. He didn't. No, I don't. He didn't really have too much to comment on. Just why he was here.
He just basically just himself. And he did, as I mentioned, something to him. And I was glad he was doing this. It's historical and this stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's important to him. So that's why he's working on it. And he received that to be at the meeting. I thought that was important. So I think that's okay with those changes. I think they should be added and then it'll be okay.
Okay, then there should be a motion to approve the minutes as amended.
Right. Any comments? Mr. What's his name?
For Wilson, you mean?
So,
All right, so I need a motion to approve the minutes as amended.
I second.
And then we can move on to a vote.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Okay, moving on to agenda item 4, the budget report.
We don't.
Well, we don't have. We can't. Do a motion on that.
Yes, I will get those done.
The next month. 2 months.
Right.
October. That's right.
Okay, so moving on to the budget report. Is that, who's heading that up? Is that you, Elena? Yeah.
These are my.
Okay.
They've been right on.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. I've been a budget.
Okay. So we don't have a budget report.
No, I did.
So that should be put on budget report.
Yeah, I did add a few things that you had mentioned, that you sent to Sarah over email. That was the Lincoln County minutes that you sent, as well as the home rule summary. And then I also had those links that you requested, but I didn't see anything about a budget report.
This is just an example. Where the agenda should be written. I think we discussed it, that there should be a budget report. Every month. What do you want? If there was any report and expenditures. Yeah, whatever, did you have any expenditures? Well, that's what we have to.
We didn't, yeah, we didn't have any expenditures. Well, the only expenditure would be the monthly ad in the newspaper. That's the only one.
We should have it on the agenda, or we can just like write it down. And if there isn't any expenditures, say no. If there is, then exactly what it is.
Okay, we can put it on every month.
That's the way it's.
Okay, while Blanche is doing that, let's go move ahead to the continued business, survey discussion and decision.
All right. So first on that item is the correspondence with Dan Clark. So at the top, I just show what I initially asked him in my first email, and these are questions based on what we discussed in our last meeting where we were looking for clarification. And this is mainly in terms of if we need to adopt self-governing powers to do these specific items, increasing county commission seats, um, allowing seats to be elected from any district, having county department heads appointed as opposed to elected, and implementing different term limits. I had also asked if we could do the raising the amount of commissioners uh, separate from just removing districts. Like if we could have no districts for 3 commissioners, he said, yes, we can do that. And all of these items can actually be accomplished only by changing the form of government to commission form as opposed to elected county officials form. We don't actually need to adopt self-governing powers for those. So just going by my conversation with him, it sounded like he agreed with the idea that adopting self-governing powers is for much more, I guess, niche things. I mean, I know a big example is consolidation. Other things, like I mentioned in the survey, putting utilities under county control. Whereas, these changes would be referred to as, I guess, different plans of government all under the commission form. So that being, having a manager, having an executive, those kinds of things. So for points of clarification, I did just ask him for his opinion on how we have it right now, where we have pros and cons. He said that that's just a way to do it. It's not a bad thing. He doesn't recommend against it or anything. He did provide me as well with pros and cons for one item that we didn't have pros or cons for before, and that was for appointing county officials. So that's kind of just, the pros of having somebody go through a hiring process and the fact that they can be fired. And then, of course, the con being, it's not a democratic choice. Elena had asked for checking if, I guess, the status of our legal counsel and what our needs are there. Um, he said that we will need somebody to review our tentative report, and his opinion was that it would be in the best interest of the county attorney to do it. If that doesn't work out, then he basically said, he'll help us figure something out. So, any comments on just that by itself before we move on?
Dan's initial answers. Since the ECOF form is rigid, what is that? ECOF.
That's elected county officials form.
I thought it did, but form, so I think. So then they can't be appointed. Is that because we have an elected now? Stay elected. So as far as appointing.
Yeah, so if we change to the commission form, and we decide that certain offices can be appointed rather than elected, then the elected officials would have to finish their current terms before that is implemented.
So, can I? Okay.
So we have a planner who's not the position, but the clerk and recorder is just that she would remain
Right.
as an elected official. Same thing with the county attorney. It's been happening now.
Yes, like I said, the ones who are elected, if we did decide to change certain offices to be appointed, those would just have to wait out their terms. In the ECOF form, there are certain offices that are just not technically offices, just county employees, like county planners are always employees, I believe.
This is elected, some of them and the other ones, just like the administrator, the attorney, the county, the commissioners, administrator, management. Sometimes they're elected, so this would remain the way it is, and anybody who's in an elected position, department, let's say, a board. So it's going to remain the same. Okay.
So the idea is that we could have a ballot item that says, would you like the clerk and recorder to be appointed rather than elected? And then that would also have to go alongside a ballot item asking if we could change to commission form because that's required to have that office appointed rather than elected.
It would go for any of the elected office, like the sheriff. Sheriff could be appointed by the commissioners if they so choose.
So these are going to be. So there's this few that should also be elected. That we can't do. Ask for that.
So I did include the cover letter as well. At least I had that sent out because I know some people mentioned that that wasn't included, I believe, last time. I think just on this note, I mean, my idea is that because it's so sparse and because there's a lot of room on this page left, just going by my conversations with Dan Clark, how now we're more so emphasizing ECOF versus commission form rather than general governing versus self-governing. Maybe just have those concepts explained here and then remove a lot of the, I guess, the longer paragraphs from the survey. And then we can just ask those questions about those two topics straight up.
That makes sense, I think. Is the cover letter is not included here, though, is it?
No, I don't think I'll print it out.
I'm sorry. You can't hear.
Oh, I just asked. The cover letter is not included with our printout.
Oh, yeah. It's the same color, too.
Okay, so that's the only chain I would make that I didn't already include in this latest draft. I did try to cut a lot of the fluff. That's pretty much the main thing. And then beyond that, well, just expanding on that, I removed pretty much one pro and one con from each item, just the ones that were least necessary. And then the beyond adding pros and cons for appointing officials rather than electing them. The other major addition I made is a new question asking if the length of commissioners' terms should be changed from 6 years to 4, because that is something that can also be accomplished by a change to commission form without a change to self-governing powers.
Good. That is definitely a good question to ask. To include.
It's on the second page of the survey.
Correct.
Form of government because of that can change the terms of office for what, just the commission or for any elected office?
That
Change it from 6 to 4.
I didn't check with if it could be any elected office. That was just a question I asked him very specifically. I guess I could have been more broad. Um,
Here the next stage.
right, right. So more convoluted. That's not the word I was going to use, but just more variance, more people going in and out.
All the positions 6 years.
The commissioners are right now, yes.
Yes, the commissioners, but the rest.
Good question. Do you know the like the sheriff and the attorney? Is that are they 6 years as well?
No.
They're 4.
my opinion is that I am on the youngest year next in January. But every year I have learned and have gained more knowledge and feel more comfortable in my position. 4 years, I don't think a person's, my opinion, is getting enough experience to be able to make those decisions. So that would be something if the people wanted to go to the commission. It'd be when the debates would start to see which one and why. Okay.
Right.
So we just want them to understand the difference. Thing in the commission.
Yeah, at one of our meetings, I think it was the Rotary meeting, we heard arguments both for the longer, the 6, what you just said, and also arguments for a shorter term of 4 years. So people are definitely thinking about it. So.
Oh, you're thinking that happened.
No, not me. This is what people were saying.
Okay. Too long.
Right. I think that was one of the arguments someone made. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of my aim was to present potential ballot items without being too confusing about, this type and that type. Maybe this one is too specific, but otherwise, I mean, I would think that maybe we could just also add pros and cons to that one, like a lot of what you said, and then I guess just expanding on, people going in and out and why that might be good. What would your opinions be? Just completely changing that question or adding those pros and cons?
I don't think it's a bad question to ask, because people have been, talking about it. And then, yeah, I think putting the pros and cons in that would be appropriate. Lena?
We might discuss with a number of people. And from what I've heard, in the archives historically, people want 40 years for the commissioners. And it should be consistent with all the other elected positions. 40 years. Is it sufficient? Or positions, it should be sufficient for the county commissioners. So that's basically why they've been saying that they want the public.
Yeah, but like I said, I've heard arguments on both sides. So not everyone thinks that way. Yeah, but I think it would be a good question to put forward. Right. So you agree it would be a good question to put forward as well?
I'm not debating anything.
No. So
changing it me that everything that I've seen you don't have to change any kind of form of government in doing that. So is there another example? It's just changing the commissioners here from 6 to 4. Because of these. Well, that would be that was people. They're the ones that are doing what other thing can you give us an example instead of just using if we change the commission from 6 years to 4. Would that be more consistent with all the other elected positions?
That's a good question. Another example would be we wanted some positions appointed, or the people wanted some positions appointed rather than elected. That would be another example. Thanks to Commissioner.
And so to Luke's question, Elena, do you think adding that the pros and cons would be appropriate?
Wait just for a second. We've got Justine on the computer, and I want to check if she can hear us.
We do have some from the public?
That's correct.
Yeah, Justine, can you hear us? Hmm.
Do we have any dessert?
No.
Okay.
Later. After chip cookie.
Justine, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe this thing isn't working.
No.
Hey, Justine, can you hear me? Hmm. All right, well, let's continue on.
Okay, the question, so we're talking about before. On page 2. Should the one of the commissioners' terms be changed to 6 years to 4 years? Yes.
Right.
And just leave it like that. That's all it says. Under 5, we have pros and cons.
Right. Yeah, I think we're all in agreement. It's a good question. I guess the only other questions we'd have, like you said, I mean, it's your opinion that we should not have pros and cons there. I would see if you would agree with that. And also if we need to make it more fair, I guess, by mentioning changing other, term lengths.
Oh, that makes.
Already done that with many of them.
Yeah.
It's like a different topic. Elected officials hold elections for county department heads. So now we're talking about county department.
Yes. Totally different topic. Yeah. What's
And
the noise there?
department heads doesn't refer to the county.
No, county commissioners are separate from department.
That's the closing. Referred to, not the county commissioners. To 5, that's what we're trying to bring out.
But Luke's question is, for question number 4, should the length of commissioners' terms be changed from 6 to 4 years?
That's
That's different, correct?
different.
Correct. Totally different topic. So,
We don't want the county treasurer appointed. We don't want the county attorney appointed. In 4 years, that we want to remain the same. But like the other department heads, planning, the board, that's different than what we're talking about here. And that's what I say is confusing. We want to change the commissioner's terms to be more consistent with all the other elected officials.
well,
I don't think
so,
question.
okay, well, to your question, I think it should be stated, we don't want to do either or. We want to find out what the people want to do. Okay,
Yes.
and in order to do that,
And they want 4 years. That's basically what they're saying.
so,
That's what they're.
okay, we don't know that yet. We don't know that everyone's saying that. Okay, well, the ones you're talking to, we need, but the point of this is to go county-wide, not just a few people we talk to. And we did a few, yeah, yeah.
The agendas that were you here, do you have any of the comments that were made?
I don't have it written out, no. So,
Okay.
okay, so that's why this is very important to us. Yeah.
So let's go on.
Okay, so
So
to the
you
point.
wanna keep it- leave it.
Number 4 is completely separate from number 5. It's a different issue totally. And the question is, would it be appropriate to have pros and cons for number 4 like we do with the other questions? My opinion is yes, that it would be appropriate.
Line through number 4.
It says in blue, so it's going to be a different color.
Right, yeah, I have. Yeah, that was in addition, not, it wasn't supposed to be structured.
It's not supposed to be.
No, it's supposed to be there. The question is, this line isn't supposed to be there. It's just that came, yeah.
Clarify. This is what we written outside. And in my copy, it's blue. And I made a copy of it, and unfortunately, I don't have a color copy machine. That's why I said it in blue next to it, so it's not blank.
Okay.
If I may make one comment
Please.
on your opinion. From the survey, so we need to get the survey out to get results back. Exactly. You don't have any kind of petition or anything from actual people that say to talk to. And your historical thing, you don't have documentation. None of us do. So we haven't done anything. It goes back to my. We have a being behind a year. We're behind a year.
Yes.
And hopefully the survey is gonna go out when?
That's why we need to get on this. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because as you said, right now, all we have is anecdotal evidence. We don't have any hard data.
So
This will, can I finish, please? Anecdotal evidence is just like a few cases, talking to a few people. That's what anecdotal evidence is. This will give us data, hard data that we can actually analyze, that we can make statistical analysis of. So that's why this is crucial. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say that it's not even an argument. It's if people are interested in these topics, then good. That's why we have these questions. I mean, I'm not even in opposition to what you're saying that, including questions or because people have shown interest, that's why I had the consolidation thing in the first place. I think it's good that you're getting this kind of feedback, and I think it helps support what we're about to put out.
So once again, to the point, should we add pros and cons for question number 4?
To that number 4?
Yeah.
Yes. If you're gonna have pros and cons on all the rest, you should have it on.
Luke?
Yeah, that sounds good. Do we want to draft those right now? I mean,
Sure. Let's do it. We need to get this out. So let's hash it through.
okay, do we want to just have one of each or two of each? Two? One? Okay.
No problem. Well, so what are the pros that we're gonna put under that number 4?
So reducing from 6 to 4 years. A pro would be
The experience factor in the education.
well, that's the pro of leaving it, yeah. But I'm trying to think of a way to put this. A more varied personnel turnover. I mean, the idea is getting new blood. Or frequently.
The con would be here, running everything.
Well, right now the question is, what's the pros for reducing it from 6 years to 4? So, pro for that. Yes, right. That's the question we're addressing right now. Yep. Luke, help me out. You're a wordsmith. What's a better way to put that? I'm trying to think of better terms.
You'll think about it. It'll.
Well, there's that. That's a good one.
Here's
Yep.
another thing.
Yeah, we'll put that in the con section. Yeah. So yeah, so we could do two pros. One is consistent with the other elected officials. And the second would be, again, a greater, more varied turnover, quicker turnover.
And if you put it bluntly, you don't have to wait to get somebody out.
We may as well put a bluntly. Yeah, exactly. That would be the
That's what
yeah.
your answer.
So, I mean, the first thing I was going to say was, you know, how would you put it? How would you put it, like, for why we have 4-year terms for presidents? Like, why is that important?
That's true because many other countries actually have 6-year terms for prime ministers and whatnot. That is a good point.
The state of I bet it's a different for you. Things that are different are. Yeah. 4 years, the majority are 4 years.
Yeah, you have to be commission formed to have, you know, 4-year terms.
And there's only a couple of
Yeah, they're not.
no. That, as Luke said,
Municipal. It's like, I think better than going for the counties. As far as questions, explaining each form of government.
okay.
That's really interesting. And there's like,
So back to the topic of
and what changes.
Elena. Let's do point of order here. Back to the topic. As Luke said, in order to have only a 4-year. Please let me finish. Please let me finish. In order to have 4 years, you have to have a commission form of government in Montana, the state of Montana. No. Let me finish. If you please let me finish it. 10 seconds, okay? The fact is, there's only a couple of counties that have that form of government means that every other county, which will be 40 some in Montana, has the 6-year commission. So that's the standard. That's what the majority of counties have. Okay.
Just forget I let's go to the second pro. What is that?
Okay. So that's what we're thinking about. So yeah, how would we phrase that?
When probably it's gonna have one pro and one. Because is that what we have right now?
Well, if we have 2, it's fine.
Yeah, for the majority, I have 2, and then for some, I just have 1.
You have to say it has to be. Government.
Yeah, I'm thinking of explaining that basically all of these are changes in plan of government that can only be adopted if you adopt the commission form first. When I explain these things on the cover letter, if we still go with that idea. So just having that in the introduction, I mean, it wouldn't have to be in each question.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so Luke, have you come up with anything for how to tactfully posit the second point? Still thinking of how to put the, you know, the, if the bad apple notion, how to phrase
So
that.
what the crow have 4 years, get rid of that.
Yeah.
Right. What's the other crow?
Less time,
Less time to
less time,
learn.
less, well, no, that'd be against that'd be in the con section. So,
You're nitpicking over these questions when you really need to simplify them and get them out to the public and then have your debates after the fact.
well, yeah, but I'm trying to think of how to phrase it. Elena, can you think of how to phrase that? What we're thinking about right now, the other pro. Yes, we're thinking the second.
Whereas bad apples, we have the recall,
It's something like
so we don't have to do that.
like
Bad apples.
it's something like the opportunity for more variance, because of course somebody can always still be reelected. That's not getting rid of that.
Right. Yeah, something like that. Opportunity for.
I say, why not just leave it as one? One pro? You said there's another one that just has one pro. That's it. Some that has one, and some that have two, some that have. You gotta get this up.
Well, that's true. I mean, so the con then would be um, less. Uh, let's see. Well, you could say it's a lower learning curve. It's a less experience in office. Um, how would you put it, Blanche?
Well, just an example for me, I spent 30 years in the clerk of office.
Right.
Whole different learning curve. And a lot to take in. Yeah, I'm still learning.
Yeah.
It's from my perspective, is that just from my perspective, is that 4 years. I'm still learning. Just my perspective, thanks to you and your experience as a clerk.
What about something like
Thanks to
less experience-based decision making?
What I
decision making, yeah. There's a difference on making decisions instead of.
What were you gonna say, Luke?
what I have written down was just less time to gain experience within one term. I can see how that would actually affect elections. Like one hypothetical is that it could lead to basically everybody getting voted out after one term because they haven't fulfilled everything that they could in 6 years.
You could have created people.
Well, that's the other con. It'd be less staggered elections.
Can you stay there 4 years?
Not really.
Okay. I mean, that's probably what.
Yeah. No, we're doing the cons right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I said less time to gain experience within one term, or less time for a commissioner to gain experience.
Well, then you can say the same for all the other elected positions. The sheriff,
True.
give him 6 years. The treasurer, give her 6 years. The same thing with the law.
True.
I think it should be, you know, I don't see any cons actually.
You're not looking at where it's 4 years to those two commissioners. You have only one commissioner that has any experience. Commissioner might not very much experience.
True.
I mean, this is what you're looking at. This is, you're trying to find a reason why there's 6 years and 4 years. And I can see why there's 6 years. But this is a functional, they can't see the reason why. And if they say it's 4 years, then so be it, vote on it. And
No, I just thought it's something.
see what I mean?
You know, what I see that now,
We're the district that
and not to give you a
you
perfect
should vote on
example,
6.
perfect example was what happened yesterday. At that public meeting.
Perfect example would be
Of how these meetings, how they're run. Okay, because when you, okay, this is. When I say that you've got the experience, 4 years.
Something like that for the.
You've got the experience in what was executive control. This is good. And, you kind of hold together too.
And then for the con.
They don't. So
Yeah, also the,
And then.
what plan I said about the staggered.
Yeah, could you take a point of order so we can talk about this?
Okay, let's go, order back to the topic here. So,
Yeah, I feel like we have 2 pros and 2 cons. We just need a little more, I guess, wording. I think what you wrote here is good. For the first pro, potential for more varied turnover in commission positions. I think that's elegant enough. And then we have Elena's with more consistency with other county offices. For the con, you had an idea for some wording there.
I thought you had it down.
Well, but yeah, if you're okay with that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so then less time to gain experience within one term. And then the staggered elections, I just need more clarification on that.
So, you phrased it well, staggered elections. How did you put it? Um,
It's
It
every
was-
election should have more councilors and 2 commissioners. With the 4 here. And having 1 commissioner there. would be pretty neat. Because it would, that person would bring.
yeah, so so the staggered election format,
Is allowing more experience for each commissioner. per term. Staggered. It's staggered.
something about veteran commissioners.
You can say risk, stay, can't stay.
Yeah.
So it's stay.
How about potential experience lost due to staggered elections, something like that.
I say things sometimes and I can't remember what it said.
I mean,
Anyway, going on, we are spending a lot of time, we've got to do this, so if there's any questions, leave it to the public.
Oh yeah, we're formulating those questions right now. I think we can do it.
Just put down whatever you think.
I think I would just add on to less staggered elections, comma, leading to more potential to lose several commissioners at once.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. And people, yeah,
To lose one.
right. Yeah,
Okay.
That's good.
I'm not confusing your brain. I'm sorry.
Well, leave,
no, I think
leave the second. Fine, right, but that's what they think of finance against it.
well, I think it's important to have the balanced pros and cons, same number. We don't want to bias in any way.
Um,
Okay.
so
Incorporate that.
are we good?
Yep, I think we're good.
So that was for.
Yeah, like I said, that was the only major addition. Everything else is just cuts. Yes.
Then go in here.
Yes.
So, next thing. All those little things that have changed that you're saying people want change.
And that's what this survey is going to tell us if they want these things, in which case we will put the
Is there a way to say? If you change
well, Luke is putting in at the beginning that, you know, if you say yes to these, you don't want to change those things.
Then you have
Then
to-
that means
Yeah, okay.
we'll have to
Okay.
exactly. Okay. All right. So where are we at? Review third survey draft. That's what we did. Okay. Okay.
It would just come down to if we want to make a motion.
To add that.
It could be one motion, it could be several motions. I know we discussed a lot.
Okay. What would you suggest for the motion? Make a motion, Luke.
So it was our only major changes to add these pros and cons to that, correct?
Yes.
And just to ask prior, I mean, do we want to approve getting this out today? I mean, not literally today, but
So, yeah, I mean, that's the big question. So we're way behind, as he's pointed out, Elena. So it's my opinion, we need to get this out ASAP, which means we can't wait another month.
Right.
So yep. Okay. One way to do that is for Luke, for you just add those changes we talked about tonight, and then email all of us the final. Okay, and then we can look at it, and we can email back. Looks good. Send it out, or we have to have another meeting on it.
right.
What do you think of that?
One, we definitely have to go through Sarah. And also, yeah, if we made
Not practical.
It's- um Uh, what were you going to say something? Were you going to say something?
I was just thinking that you get the survey out and you get it back. And you go through it. So the commission goes through it and then sorts it out. It will be states. What if the turnout such that it doesn't even put date in? It's like, how do you go about saying, well, we're gonna still have a delegate?
Well, all we can do is take the data
We can't read their minds, we can't presume.
So for example,
So it's only the responders that we can take into account.
so if we take the response, that take into account that only 10% came back. So 10% came back. And
one way to look at it is that tells me that only 10% are concerned enough, that care enough to actually voice their opinion. Well, that's what we'll have to discuss at that time. We'll have to look at
I mean, this is,
Yeah.
this is where it comes in where the decision. This is where it ends up with stuff. Okay, looking at this and looking at data is we feel.
Yep. That's how it works. Exactly.
Then it's up to people. And then all.
Right. Yeah, all the voters. Yep.
So would this be on the primary or the general election?
It's the one. Do you know, Luke? It's the
It would be primary.
primary. Okay, but so
I guess the question now is just transparency in changing the cover letter. I mean, if one option is we could just decide on, one or two extra sentences right now, and then just agree that we'll add that.
I think that's what we should do because we can't wait another month to send this stuff out. I mean, we need to get it going. What do you think, Elena?
To go with commission just like anybody.
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, but what Luke,
And we don't pay.
did you hear what Luke proposed? That's what I'm addressing. He says that we add it right now, we look at it, and we approve it. Yeah.
Is okay. What's that?
Right. Okay, let's do that. I don't think we need a motion for that, do we? To do this?
We can make a motion after we decide on, I guess, the exact wording.
Yes, after we do this. Yep.
Okay, so this would be the general, I'm sorry, not primary. I believe the Peaver one is going for the primary, but we're allowed to go for the general.
One thing I'm going to.
Right.
Like,
Okay, let's do this.
Well, I would just, okay. So this paragraph goes, would you like to have a dedicated county executive or manager? Would you prefer partisan or nonpartisan elections? Your answers to questions like these are crucial to our study commission's priorities over the next year before we present our final report by August 17th, 2026, which could impact our county's infrastructure, culture, and beyond. So I would add on to that, two of these questions concern the powers of government, while the rest would entail a change in form of government to commission form. I don't know how much more detail we need?
I don't think we need to put a detail in. We just need to, I think, just saying that it will entail a change in the form of government.
So do we want to even use the word? Is that what you're suggesting?
But
Commission form, or just say it would entail a change in form?
I think, yeah, I don't think we need to use the word commission because that's also confusing because people can conflate that with the commissioners. Yeah.
So this right here was Dan's initial answer that actually currently Granite County operates under its existing form of government, the elected county officials. His structure is fixed and cannot be modified without adopting the alternative form of government. Should that be in there? Maybe
Hmm.
and then going to that. This is what they're deciding. They're deciding to change the.
Mhm.
They need to know what kind of government that exists. And the only way you can do the changes is they have this type of change the term.
Right. Yeah, what do you think, Luke? Adding that in? We're leading with that?
Then, does that have to be?
Yes, I believe so. I think that was not one I asked him directly about because I was pretty sure on that one. Yeah, I'm sure about that one. It has to be a commission form. So, yeah, are you two thinking of kind of adding these two sentences wholesale? One about currently Granite County operates, and then the structure is fixed. And
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a great opener. Good, this is where we're at.
So you guys want
Um, Well, that, so, okay. So,
okay, where exactly would like those two sentences? I'm thinking right here before we do this sort of.
Yes, exactly. Then go into the specifics, right? So do the general first, then specific.
Okay.
Can you go ahead and just insert it? See what it looks like?
see that, but date that you said is 19th.
Okay,
Is that
17.
on? Did it say that somewhere?
So I think I got that from like the due date for when we can put something on the ballot for the general election. I can look that up after
The time.
yeah, I know, but
Yeah, was that the heater?
Pop machines were not those. They were 18.
Machine changed.
No kidding.
A tentative report has to be adopted by January 21st. We need these questions, not by that, we need them before. So we have to tell them, we need this damn thing returned a certain date. Is that on there? We need them returned. Fine, if we get this thing mailed out, you still have to get a list of from Sarah, of all the addresses. We still have to get a list of that. Yeah, we still have to get that. And then And then who's gonna put them in the envelopes?
The question about who's going to put them in the envelopes and mail stuff out, isn't the clerk going to do that?
What's that?
Oh, really?
As far as who's gonna physically,
The envelopes in there.
Would that be the clerk?
The treasurer has a.
so,
The clerk's office will do
Yeah,
it.
so we would.
Sarah, yeah.
You've got all the election material and stuff where you get.
Well, my question is, can we presuppose that Sarah will take care of that once we get everything, once we get this finalized, give it to her, and she'll take care of mailing it out? We can't presuppose that.
This to tell the people when to return.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get to that. I wrote that down. Yeah.
So who's gonna who's gonna first, who's gonna second?
Yeah.
So I don't think it'd be as typical as it would be. They have someone that can mail them, and so maybe we can send it to them.
Yes, we need to.
Because this is gonna be the biggest expense.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, the postage and the
Yeah.
printing and the mailing.
Yeah.
And I guess if we have to pay somebody a couple $100 to do it, for 4 hour work or whatever, so I guess we do that. Yeah. But yeah, I guess we need to talk to Sarah about that. Then.
So when then printing it with the people. Still print. Stuff.
We print out of state. So I think I was going by,
You know him, Luke?
I don't believe so.
Oh,
He was the one who created.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I was going by a tentative deadline for 2026's ballot items, but the statement might not be entirely accurate then. I mean, would you support just kind of,
I think we don't need the date, just present our final report, period. But we do need to include, please return this
Right.
by XXX. Yeah. In effect, I think, yeah, having our report date in there would be confusing. So, yeah. I think the only date that we should put on there is when they need to return it by. Yeah.
Remember to tell them that we need to do that, so we have to have all that information. So we can.
This January 21st? This January 21st? I thought our report was August.
yeah, our tentative report comes after just survey results, basically. And that's, yeah. Right, it's a template for a timeline, and then
Years. Yeah.
We didn't have, yeah. Okay, so that means we really got to get it out now and get the data back. So if we have to write a report before January 1st, this is November, December. That's only one meeting away. That's not going to happen.
yeah, I don't believe that it should. And I agree, it's probably not gonna happen. We're gonna have the holiday season to get responses back.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know that Beaver's Study Commission is kind of sitting on their stuff as well. So it's not gonna hurt if we allow a couple months. I mean, are we going to decide on a date that we're putting in right now?
Well, we're going to have to because we're going to send this out in the next week, maybe, or whatever.
Mhm.
So yes, so say we send it out, we'll just say in 2 weeks, which will be the end of November, right? Yeah.
Okay, question, who do you send the report to?
I'm sorry,
Who do you send a report to? You have to have the report by the 21st, but who do you send it to?
a tentative report. We have to have it.
That's true. What do we do with that report? That's a good question.
Well, I'm just thinking because extenuating circumstances with the fact that a Granite Study Commission and as long as you can get the timeline up and get your information done before it has to be written as a ballot. The timeline may be able to fluctuate. See what I mean?
Yeah, and the key thing is August. That's when we have to have the final, and we have to have a public hearing before then. And so those are the two important things.
So August is the date, the final thing, because August you have to have your ballot language in it.
Right.
For election.
Right.
Timeline.
Exactly.
November.
So we got 8 months.
So according to this, the tentative report is on January 21st. And then April 22nd, there's a second public hearing.
Yeah.
To gather the citizens' response to the tentative report.
Right.
So there's gotta be another.
That's the thing that has to happen. Yep. So what I'm thinking what do you think? Would a month after they receive it, would a month deadline of a month be reasonable? And that would go beyond the holidays. So if we send it out, say the beginning of December, say January, January 7th or January, whatever.
So we get.
Well, there's a Christmas at the end of December though. Shit. Pardon me. Maybe mid-January as a deadline.
I would be okay with that, yeah.
Elena?
Said-
Yep. Then we got to analyze it. That's right. So we could analyze it at the January meeting. Third week in January. Isn't that where our meetings are? Third week. What's the date?
Yeah, the third Wednesday in January is the 21st.
How do you make it the to the person that's gonna fill out the survey, stating the fact that this is a new study commission, and so months have been lost to get things done timely, so there have to be sent in ASAP as soon as you get it, because people who get something that's awesome.
No, that's true. I don't think we need to go into the fact that, we're starting late and whatever, but at the beginning here, it says how important it is. I can't remember the wording. So yeah, I think we stress in the cover letter.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the cover.
Yep. And then, just saying we need this data by January, whatever, 7th.
I mean, in the cover, you'd say, okay, explain the time is of the essence. You could do Luke in your good verbal language, time is of the essence. In your journalism terminology.
So I suggest, you've got it shaped up.
Yes.
Did you put the date in?
No, not yet. Where do we want that to go?
I think this is one of those things. That one sentence in all caps.
Saying,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
probably.
yeah. I mean, boldface, whatever, saying that the critical timeline requires your responses be mailed by
The problem. In other words, don't put it down on the table.
or please, the critical time requires prompt action. Please complete and return by, well, let's see, January 7th is a Wednesday. Does that matter? I guess it doesn't matter.
Here's the thing too, the town didn't have to put postage. Right? Or did they already, did we have, you had the envelope postage on it? So is that something you have to do? So,
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
So what do you think of that?
Fine with the date. We just need to know where to put it in this letter.
How about towards the end? Just before, thank you so much for returning thoughts, or after that, even.
So please send them in or bring them to the courthouse. And then would I just have the due date and then say, I don't know, do we need to say anything beyond the due date?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so then just by Wednesday, January 7th.
Yeah. I would put Wednesday, January 7th in boldface. It needs to stand out. Or all caps. Week? Whenever they.
As soon as possible.
and
Yeah, because I was under the impression that we had administrative support from the clerk who would do this stuff for us. It's apprehension on my part. I mean, I've never done this before, so I don't know. Okay.
Okay, and for sure it would be like an attached envelope, right? Just to cover all our bases.
Yes.
Okay.
Self or yeah, what do they call those? Self-addressed stamped envelopes?
Right.
Yep.
Okay, so
Okay. What I suggest, is it possible to print that out? A couple copies so Elena and I can just read through it and then prove it right now? Can we do that?
yeah, we do need to get it signed to approve.
Okay. Oh, I didn't think of that. Technology. Can you print from your computer? I was gonna say, because you could email it to Blanche's and then she could print it out. If you're. Well, conversely, you could just turn that and let Elena read it.
One of the pitfalls to having it. Instead of where it should have been had. Christine still on, or she dropped?
No, she's still on.
Mm-hmm.
7:20.
Any. It's gonna be clear that, see,
Okay, repeat. Yeah, I'm using a different email than usual, so could you repeat after McClure? So it's McClure at
being clear at COA.granite.mt.us.
CO McClure at co.granite.
CO.granite.
C. No second C?
Nope.
What's that?
McClure.
My middle name is McClure with two C's.
Hmm?
My middle name is McClure with two C's.
With two C's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, is it working?
What's that? But I knew something. This printing song in there. Take your printing.
I don't know what that was. History.
It's down. Print it out.
Unless you can try to print. If you want to send it.
I just sent the PDF. It says cover, right?
See, I could. I'm just trying to figure out how to send it. I should download it with my friend.
Probably just open it and print it, right?
I would think so, so long as that's connected to the printer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you just open it and then print it. Open the PDF.
Yes, it's where I've got it open.
Okay.
Cover
Then
letter,
go to print.
where's the printer at? It's the printer. Or it's the email. PDF file. That's what I'm saying. I need to get. Yeah, right. Shows that I can send this printer to this one.
And did the paper printer and get delivered? No, I'm asking.
In Peaburg, it's not out yet.
It's not delivered.
Not yet, no.
Maybe. Assist you.
Let me see.
So
You're
here-
under 60.
Here is. this-
No, I don't know this stuff.
Print, printing, but. I don't just stand it. Printer. See, I don't have an option to send it to Sarah. It's just this one.
Yes. Looks like it's not connected to the printer.
That's a
But
problem.
then when I looked at this, and I looked at printer, there's printer, that printer. It says, this is a printer app. It says this, I can send it from this. the printer. I don't know how to do it. I mean, how to set it up to do it. To find the printer, and printer, I can send to.
Honestly, I haven't connected.
So.
Yeah.
Cause I have a printer at home.
Yeah, but the issue is we need to do it. Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's a. But you can always go
Could always what?
approve everything now.
I was trying to do a printer just from. I wanted to. Cover the back in the actual. You won't send it. Either. Sense.
Okay, so that leaves our option to read it and prove it now. And then print it. And then we each have to sign it, right? So then we just come by in the next day or two here at clerks and sign it. Would that have to be how it would work?
Yeah, that basically, yeah.
Okay. So I'll read it real quick. Um, okay. Is that how you want me to do it? Okay. I thought you wanted to read it yourself. Oh. Okay. Well, that's good. Granite County Local Government Survey for the Residents of Granite County is the title. The people of Granite County voted to allocate $12,000 toward a local government study commission in June of 2024, gaining a new avenue to directly influence changes in our government's form and structure. The responsibility of the Granite County Local Government Study Commission is to compile feedback from county residents like you, then present a report on desired changes, if any, to the Granite County Commission. Currently, Granite County operates under its existing form of government, the elected county officials form. This structure is fixed and cannot be modified without adopting an alternative form of government. Would you like to have a dedicated county executive or manager? Would you prefer partisan or nonpartisan elections? Your answers to questions like these are crucial to our study commission's priorities over the next year before we present our final report, which could impact our county's infrastructure, culture, and beyond. With the launch of this survey, the Granite County Study Commission is engaging in community outreach efforts around the county For any questions, please contact Secretary Luke Ulatowski at blah, 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 or for the study commission at large, blah, blah, blah. Responses to this survey are anonymous. Please send them in with the attached envelope or bring them to the, should put a comma after envelope. Or bring them to the Granite County Clerk and Recorder's Office at the County Courthouse in Phillipsburg by Wednesday, January 7th. Probably put 2026 in there too. Thank you so much for contributing your thoughts. And then the signatures at the bottom.
Thank you so much.
Contributing your thoughts.
All the time.
Wait, that's the copy editor in me. Did that for 15 years. Okay. Sound good? Do we approve? So, okay, let's go on to the survey. And the survey, the only change was to item number 4. Correct, Luke? Yes. So we've got the rest of it here in front of us. So the only difference,
So this is to be about you. That's gonna be omitted under powers. That's the first paragraph, including
That's gonna be omitted. Under A, the proposed. That is gonna be changed. The second letter, I'm sorry, instead of 2, it's gonna be 1.
Mhm.
2.
Right.
Same thing. The corrections.
right?
These 2. And the pros, we're gonna omit that. So B, 3. B is okay. Under 3, under pros, we're gonna. Is that it?
Mhm.
And B, the comments, we're gonna change. The I, just make the double I 1.
Mhm.
And then number 4. That remains the same. And are we adding any? Under that?
Yes. So do you want to go ahead and put those in?
I'm not sure we necessarily need to right now. I have our exact wording recorded.
Okay.
That wording. Okay, I mean, I guess we can just go over what I have written and see if
Yeah.
you to approve that.
Yeah, go and read that out.
Okay, pros. More consistent with other county offices.
How about more consistent time frame? Because consistent, well, we don't want to,
Just.
well, my one concern is, I mean, we don't want to imply that the commissioners are inconsistent with all the other offices.
The office, the term is.
Okay, more consistent, yeah, term, a time frame of term.
Okay, so
Well, let's clarify that and put that in.
for more consistent term lengths.
Yeah.
With other offices.
Exactly, right, yeah.
This is.
Yeah, with other elected offices.
What I have for the second pro right now is just more opportunity for variance.
Yeah,
Or, well, I have what you wrote. Okay, I think we can approve what you wrote. Potential for more varied turnover in commission positions. So that one fine.
it's fine with me.
Okay, so we approve those two pros and then cons. Less time to gain experience within one term. Is that okay?
Or with an A term?
That's the first.
Yeah, that's the first con.
So it's. That's four. Talking about.
Yeah.
Five.
So you think A instead of one?
I would just say A, yeah, because you don't want it. One is very limiting.
And then is that one fine like that?
Good. And then the second con,
Less staggered elections leading to more potential to lose several commissioners at once.
I need to reword that a little bit. Let's see.
Is this then?
Second con,
How about
This is for the quarter.
just for.
how about this? The staggered election structure. Um, uh, would result in potential. What was it? Loss of what was it?
Potential to lose more than one commissioner at once is the direct wording I have, but it's the what Blanche is referring to is that we do have staggered elections, right?
Yeah.
So then the con would be having less staggered elections.
We'd still have. So just doesn't.
Yeah, so having less staggered elections and uh, less continuity in commission positions.
So just that less staggered elections and less continuity in commission positions.
Did I really get to it though? But how about less? Whoa! Well done, Blanche. Gold star for you. Wait, gets things done. I like it.
Okay, that's the part.
Oh, sorry, we're just doing this last little bit here.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think? We something about it less. Um, less continuity of experience in commissioner positions.
Well, we already
We did have it here, but I'm not kind of. We got to capture the notion that we could have basically three newbies. There would be no uh, mentorship. There'd be no. So there'd be less guidance from.
just continuity gets to the point.
Okay.
So
If you think that's clear enough.
less staggered elections leading to less continuity or just less continuity in commission positions.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So I think it should include something about, staggered elections. 'Cause that's the way it's set up. So the staggered election structure could result in less continuity. What about maybe in more disruption? Why is this so hard?
Continuity on the commission.
Yeah, but don't you think people are gonna read that and say, why? Not everybody knows that, they're elected every 2 years. Only one is up for election every 2 years. So I think the staggered elections structure is important to put in there.
I mean, then I would just have both of those 2 points, less staggered elections leading to less continuity on the commission.
There you go.
Right, are we done with all exact wording?
So,
Okay, then at that point, we can just move on to motions then.
okay. Okay, so I motion that we approve the survey and the cover letter as with these additions and send it out.
I'll second.
Um,
You can
all
ask
those
for,
in
you can ask for further discussion
Oh.
first.
further discussion?
Possible down to the time, that's why I don't want to say.
Okay. So all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carried. Phew, okay. Do we need to just sign one of these and then use that as the template?
That'd be easiest if we all sign the same one.
One sign. Sign by.
You're not signing it?
Pass the motion.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, okay, so yes, the cash report. Look at how frugal we
The
are.
Zoom for the government review, and then, the Phillipsburg mail for the study commission, which was $13, and the Zoom thing was $17.52. So starting cash was 10,000. Cash for October is 10,506.94.
Okay, thank you, Blanche.
Sure, thank you.
I mean, my official, we had to have it printed, so it would be.
I'm, I'll write it out. And it's,
It was a verbal report.
And then it just. It's started on the agenda.
Right. Okay, so item C, discuss potential further outreach meetings.
we don't, yeah, we don't have to formalize anything right now, but, I would say let's just casually talk to people, get the word out.
Okay, yeah, that seems reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're all going to be around for the next couple months. And yeah, we can just get word around town. So then I guess the main thing is just deciding the next day we're going to meet with the holidays.
Are we up to new business? I missed it.
We are up to new business. Agenda items, location, date, time for next meeting.
So everything, was it December?
See. Yeah, so actually, December Wednesday, the third Wednesday is the 17th. We agreed on that?
Yes.
Good with that? Yep, okay. 6 o'clock. December 17th. Same bat time, same bat station. Okay. And all right. We have no public comment because we have no public. Was there anything else? Anybody?
Site. That's going into effect as of January.
Hmm.
And the old one is gone. There's a lot. There's a need for additions and corrections to our website. This study conditions. Sarah. So, and, so I think that. So,
Good. Yeah. Great.
because I think it's there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that would be all. And this will be going back to November of 2024. Because we're not really in the commission. It was part of that 2 years.
Right. Yeah.
And so we lost a year. Which is something that makes it. We discussed with Dan.
Okay. Okay. And so then, Luke, once you get that printed out, you've got our signatures and everything. Will you be able to take it to Sarah and find out how we get this out?
Yeah, so I'll figure all that out.
Wonderful. You're the best, Luke. I motion that Luke is the best. Is that a second?
Right, everything, with all the strikeout stuff, I'll
So on the training, I think that maybe, visit with Sarah, and she can visit with the treasurer's office, because if they come to.
Okay.
And, yeah, and then you just, there'd be a list, Sarah was heading down from. So they could sit down here. To serve as late.
That would be fantastic. Yeah.
Because I know she thinks now that the tax bills, they used to have the stuff on themselves and now they send us. Yeah, $80.
Well, well, hey, I want to thank each and every one of you for getting this out. This is important.
I'd like to know the dates. When this is mailed out. That's what I need to know. So there's gonna have schedule. Timelines. Sure, so. Get hold of them and say, hey, you got plans up. So can you do this? And then we stand up that list of to mail to. Get it out.
Okay, I'm excited to get this back.
He left like 10 minutes ago.
She's gonna.
All right.
I got this little fella, I was able to do it.
Okay, so do I have the motion to adjourn the meeting? I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you join?
No, I motion the meeting is adjourned. Okay, very good. Now it's official.